What's going on, everybody? Jeff Lightsy Jr. here with the Black Boss channel, the Boss Sports Network. Thank you guys for the continued support. Now, the Dallas Cowboys are in a predicament, right? Like, they lost their quarterback, Dak Prescott. The season is going to, going to hell. It's just not a great year for the Cowboys. And they're going to have a lot of decisions to make, like, paying Michael Gallup or trading away Gallup. What do they do about Amari Cooper, who has been horrible? Even when Dak was playing, he wasn't that great. But now that Dak's gone, he's just been non-existent. You got CeeDee Lamb, who's probably your best receiver on the team, and he's a rookie. Zeke Elliott hasn't even had a 100-yard game yet. Your offensive line is to shreds. Oh, and then there's the Dak thing that's just lingering over your head. Your quarterback or your franchise quarterback that, just broke his ankle and is out for the season, and are you going to pay him? Are you going to franchise him again? What are you going to do? Is Dak going to play under another franchise tag after getting hurt? So there's so many questions, and that's just on the offensive side of the ball. You go on the defense, and it's the worst defense in the NFL, right? Not one of the worst defenses in the NFL. No, the worst defense in the NFL. Getting blown out by the Washington football team, giving up over 30 points per game, can't stop the run, can't stop the pass. You got a cornerback in Trayvon Diggs who just caught 2 picks in his last game, but people still say is one of the worst cornerbacks, like Dallas fans still say is one of the worst cornerbacks in the entire league. And the guys that you pay, like Dexter Lawrence, is not making plays, and Jalen Smith aren't making plays, and Van Der Esch is hurt, and Sean Lee is back from the dead, which that is not a good thing. But all of this stuff going on with Dallas, and then you have a Mike McCarthy who nobody is listening to. So what should happen with the Cowboys next? Well, honestly, it might be time to move off Mike McCarthy. And I'm not saying right now, like in this moment, but you might have to chuck this one up to the game and say, yeah, we made a bad decision here. Might have to just go ahead and move off McCarthy. And when you do that, or even before you do that, this season is to shreds. Even though you can realistically still win the division, I don't even know if that's beneficial, because it doesn't really fix anything that you have going on. You make a playoff, make the playoffs, and you get a later pick. But if you tank the rest of the season, or if you you don't even have to tank. You just play with the guys that you're playing with, and now you're going to trot out Garrett Gilbert or Cooper Rush, and you already trotted out Ben DiNucci, and Andy Dalton's hurt. So you just trot out one of those 3 guys, you're probably going to lose the rest of your games anyway. But what does this mean? Well, this could potentially be a very great benefit to Dallas, right? You lose, say, the rest of your games, right? Or most of your games. You finish 3-13 or 4-12 or something. And you finish with a top 5 pick. Top 5, you can get you a quarterback. Top 5 makes your job a lot more attractive to a guy like a Lincoln Riley, to a guy like Ryan Day at Ohio State. And who is Ryan Day's current quarterback? Justin Fields. Imagine if the Cowboys finish 4-12 or 3-13 and is able to are in position to draft Justin Fields. Doesn't that make that job a lot more attractive, right? Instead of the Dak thing dangling over your head, where Dak may be the guy, may not be the guy, and also is coming off a broken ankle. Not to say he can't be the same. I think he can exactly be the same guy, but you don't have a contract for Dak. He's coming off a broken ankle. And the team wasn't winning even when he's in there. At least they were competitive, but they weren't winning even when Dak was there. So you can unload Dak, not have to pay him big money, because you're already paying Amari Cooper overpaid. Lawrence is overpaid. Zeke is overpaid. Jalen Smith is overpaid. So, and then you have to pay Michael Gallup if you want to keep him, and so you're going to therefore have to overpay for him. So a way to offload some of these salaries, trade Dak, get some good picks back for Dak, because people are going to pay premium in draft capital to get a player like Dak Prescott, a team that I know off the top of my head, like the Indianapolis Colts, a team that's in prime position, but a quarterback away from being a really good team. Now, they're actually having a pretty good year, but just imagine Dak Prescott in that offense and not Phillip Rivers turning the ball over every other play, right? You put Dak Prescott in Indianapolis, he could really make some things work. And the Dallas Cowboys will get Justin Fields. And then that makes your job more attractive if you decide to move off Mike McCarthy, which I think you should, and get you a real defensive coordinator, not Mike Nolan. Last time he was in the NFL, guess what his team had? The 32nd ranked defense. Today, he's back in the NFL after not being a defensive coordinator for like 6 years. Guess what they have? The 32nd ranked defense. So get you a real defensive coordinator and try to offload some of these contracts, man. You're cash strapped, you're cap strapped due to all these players, and you still haven't even played your quarterback. You overpaying for all these guys, and you haven't even paid your quarterback, so maybe it's time to move off of some of these guys. Try to see what you can get back. They're obviously the most valuable asset, injured or not, is Dak Prescott. And if you finish in the top 5, particularly the top 3, it might be time to move on, get you a new quarterback, attract you one of those offensive-minded college head coaches, and make this thing work. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Once again, it's Jeff Lightsy Jr. with the Black Boss channel. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I'll see you next time.